planet is full of it. Getting pumped up on the little bright things I want. But I know they'll never own me.
Well, Jack, what do you do when issue 9 is on deadline? We've got like 5 days to finish it, and we find out that there's enormous kingfish down in New Zealand and snapper as well. What do we do?
You book your flights instantly. We jumped on a flight from Sydney over to Auckland, grabbed a hold in Colorado and a brand new Stabicraft 1600, and cruised down to the Coromandel for a spot of snapper and kingy fishing.
This place is really amazing. It's like the land time forgot down here.
Yeah.
I think some of the people time forgot as well. It's so pretty. If Fiji crashed into Port Phillip Bay, you'd get the Coromandels because there is a great big open bay. It's about the same depth, and the snapper come in this time of year and breed. And as we discovered, so do Makos, hammerheads, kingfish, kahawai. It was a fishing frenzy out there. So we got the invite from a guy called Gene. He said, come and meet us at Kuatunu. I think I've got that right because everything sounds the same over here. What do you think? Wakatani, Whakatani?
What's Tupatupu?
Kuatunu. I'm pretty confident. To the New Zealand population, if I got that wrong, I apologise. I'm going with Kuatunu. We launched and we went out 20 miles in 2 stabies. I had the little 1600 with all my mates by myself, and Jack and Gene were in the 1850, they were punching along. We went out past the Mercury Islands again, really dramatic. This looks like the sort of country where they'd shoot Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So pretty.
But I think it is. I think that's the South Island.
I apologise to everyone on the South Island where Lord of the Rings was shot. We went out to a spot called Crackerjack, quite appropriately named.
It was an awesome bit of country. So it went from 100 metres up to 70 metres, and on top of that pinnacle was just a massive sort of reef and boulders and all that sort of stuff.
And my God, if you ever want to connect to a kingfish, you have to come here.
Yeah, this was neck level kingfishing. Gene would say, fish are at 30 metres, drop straight down. You feel your yakka, or as they call them over here, mackies, start shitting itself, start swimming up, lifting up the sinker, and then within a few minutes, you were connected to these insane kings. And they fish circle hooks, so all you do is you just hold the rod, just wait for it to load up, and you just don't touch it until there's line coming off the reel. It's pretty insane fishing.
It was brutal. It was just a massive tug fest, wasn't it? you just hang on, and if you can survive the first sort of like 30 seconds, then you're in with a pretty good chance of bringing it up.
We were fishing in Gene's boat, having a good time. Gene was like a finely tuned machine on the 1850. The guys were working well, the bait station, there was mackies everywhere. And then there's Trav over in the 1600 using a bit of dead squid that an old kingfish had copped up and a long beach rod, but he dominated. You should have seen him. Every time he looked over, he was just bent in half. Like, oh, there goes Trav for the next half an hour. He'll be trying to reel that thing in.
Just goes to show you do not need much of a boat, particularly New Zealand, but you don't need much of a boat to have an epic time.
But anyway, can we talk about these Makos? The Makos were awesome. Like, I've never caught a Mako before, I've always wanted to. And seeing these things come at the back of the boat when you're catching snapper in 20 metres of water was just so weird. Like, you wouldn't expect it. But it was awesome. They put up an epic fight. We hooked the first one, sort of fought it for about 20 minutes, till it started doing these death rolls in the air and bit me off. And then you hooked one.
Yeah, I hooked up one. We didn't have any wide trace, so we got a snap swivel, put it to another snap swivel, put it to another snap swivel, and we had what was actually a quite functional leader.
I'm not supposed to tell anyone that.
And we hooked up, we were on for a while, and in the end it actually pulled the hooks. It didn't break through, but anyway.
We took a shortcut home, didn't we?
Yeah, we were feeling confident. took a little shortcut, and the road just got narrower and narrower and narrower. And then
It went to dirt.
it went to dirt, and then the houses gave way to bush, and then the bush gave way to pigs.
The pigs
And
everywhere.
we're surrounded by pigs at one point. And Jack, who is a bit of a naturalist, he got this little, come here little piggy, come here little, come here! Fucking grabbed the thing, tackled it like AFL style.
The noise that pig made was the most horrendous sound I've ever heard in my entire life.
So back to the deadline, all this time we're connected to Mako sharks and snapper and kingfish. Our designer back in Byron, back in Coffs Harbour, sitting there waiting for something to come in so he can design it. So we thought, shit, we better work our arse off. So we fished most of the day, worked most of the night, got up and did it all again. And when it came time to actually signing the magazine off, which the printer won't paint a single page until you sign it off, we had to just like rush from the ramp straight to a cafe. And what an oasis it was.
Yeah. German beer, good looking backpackers, and good Wi-Fi. It was like a dream come true for us.
Oh.
It was so good. All right, well, our flight takes off in about 3 hours, so I reckon we should hit the road.
I reckon we just stay here.
Oh, yeah, not a bad idea actually. I heard the Kingies are still going today.